Yeah, this is Bang Bang Right Hill. Please press the like button and subscribe. Yeah, years ago, I used to go down a club called the Cromwellian in Cromwell Road. It was a gambling club. I used to go down there with my mate Danny Williams and have a bit of a drink. I didn't used to drink really, but go down there and meet girls and all that, have a good time. And a couple of few times I've gone down there. There's a guy called Johnny Binden was down there, a bit flash, bit Larry John. Didn't have a lot of doing, talk to him, but I met him years ago, yeah. I met him years later. But when I was in Lewisham with Jimmy Tippett, I remember Jimmy Tippett telling me, this is in the 70s, I remember Jimmy Tippett 70s that he had a bit of a row with Johnny Binden, because Johnny Binden was in equity, was in the equity, same as Jimmy Tippett, because all that lot, Jimmy Tippett and Davey Old, Johnny Old and all that, Terry Coombs, Terry Sharp, I think even Eddie Richardson, there was all, and especially Brian Cox, they was all in the equity, and they wanted to get me involved in it, but I was stupid, silly, and I didn't do it, yeah? This is like 79s, that area, 79s, 80s, and he was telling me about Bindon, Jimmy Tippett, and how flash he was. Evidently, Binden used to also collect a few debts for Eddie, but as far as I was concerned, there wasn't many people collecting debts. There was only me, Cliff Fields, and Jimmy that was doing that. But evidently, that Binden was also doing little bits and pieces. What I was told yesterday. I know Jimmy Tippett was supposed to put it on Binden big time, and Binden's fell out a bit, mate. He wasn't quite sure with Jimmy Tippett, mate. I think he's also fell out a little bit. Cliff Fields, we was around him as such, but I don't think Cliff Field was anything to do with Binden. I mean, Cliff Field would have killed Binden. I mean, that'd been no match at all. I mean, Cliff would have just smashed Binden into pieces. But I mean, Binden was very, very flash. He liked using a knife and all that, always tooled up, yeah. But as far as him being a collector for Eddie Richardson's, I can't see it, because the only people I knew that was doing that was Jimmy Tippett. And if Jimmy Tippett was doing it, I was involved. Maybe Cliff Fields involved a little bit, yeah. But anyway, later on, I met Jimmy down my father-in-law's house in Kingston. Mickey Johnson. Mickey Johnson was one of the Thursday game. Mickey Johnson had one eye, very, very dangerous man, my father-in-law. And his wife, Dina Johnson. Dina was absolutely stunning. A beautiful, beautiful woman. Quite small, 5'6", 5'5". She had a daughter called Danny. Danny was the girl that I had my two kids, my boy, my girl, Sonny, and Ruby Ray. I've not seen them for, I don't know, 20 odd years, maybe more than that. Women cause a lot of problems between the kids and their husbands, and the dads. They don't really like the kids seeing the dads to punish the old man for whatever, yeah. And my punishment was going in prison and leaving my kids and Danny. Yeah, but that was life. I went and done what I had to do. But anyway, met Binden down Danny's dad's house, sitting there, flash. He remembers me a little bit down at Cromwellian, and I didn't really stand too much shit from Johnny Binden. He didn't fight me, mate. He didn't fight me at all. I mean, it never really we never really had it off, you know what I mean, as such. We might have shaped up a little bit, but not only on the dance floor, you know what I mean? But that's about it, really. I think Johnny Binden was a handful, a very, very dangerous man. But it's like everything. I was up and coming. Then. I was even up and coming when I was going down the Cromwell. I just came out with my YP, I think. I came out with my YP. I was with my mate Danny Williams. And believe me, that I was a bit of a handful myself. You know what I mean? I could have a right fight. I was always going in that pro gyms and all that. So, yeah, maybe me and Ben would have had a good fight or whatever, yeah. And then he had a club. He had a guy called Alan Stanton. Alan Stanton was married to a woman called Jackie. And obviously she took his name, Jackie Stanton. But then she left Alan, and she always kept Alan's name Stanton, Jackie Stanton, and she was got involved with a guy called Jimmy Ward. Jimmy Ward was the guy that gave me the flat in Kingston, and he was the guy who paid 25 grand to have me chopped, and all that's in a statement. And Jimmy Ward became a supergrass, and that's why it came out in the statement that he tried to chop me. He gave the people, there was 3 guys, he gave 25 grand to come and chop me, but lucky they didn't because I'm still here, you know what I mean? Whatever. Anyway, so Johnny Binden was quite a good friend of Alan Stanton, so therefore he got involved with Jimmy Ward as well. Alan Stanton was, I was in Albany, was it Albany? No, I was in Chelmsford with Alan Stanton in the 70s. Alan Stanton, nice guy. He was a proper gangster, Alan Stanton. He wasn't no fool, mate. He didn't want to fight Alan as it happens. He couldn't really fight that much, but he was involved with Johnny Binden in the club they had a club over at South London, that area. I think it was, I'm not quite sure, you know. I think it was, where was it now? Anyway, I forget whereabouts it was, but it was past Kingston, Tolworth, that area, maybe a bit further on. But I had a club out there, and I've been there a couple of times, and Johnny Binden's name was Biffo, and the police pulled me in, and they wanted to talk to a guy called Biffo, and I happened to get pulled in as Biffo, and it wasn't even my name. You know, they used me as Biffo, and it's out of order. I only got charged with a big heavy charge, calling me Biffo. Nothing to do with me, mate. I was not involved in this Biffo shit. Yeah. Anyway, me and John didn't really get on too well because. But him going down my father-in-law and all that, me and my father-in-law having murders, and Johnny Binden was involved in it a little bit, you know. But Johnny Binden died later on. He got himself to become a bit of a recluse, and died. Yeah, but someone told me that he was having an affair with Lady Margaret. Whether or not it's true, I don't know. Johnny Binden died of AIDS. Lady Margaret, I was told she died of AIDS. I don't know how true it is. My mother-in-law, I'm not quite how true that is. She's supposed to have died of AIDS. I'm not quite sure. I know Johnny Binden was having an affair with my mother-in-law. I don't think my father-in-law knew too much about that. So Mickey Johnson, I don't know who he knew, but I think Mickey would have chopped his head off, you know what I mean, or blew his head off, you know, because Mickey Johnson wasn't someone to play around with. And Johnny Binden was a friend of his, and Mickey Johnson was put away, and I understand, then I hear that Johnny Binden was having an affair with my mother-in-law. So whether or not that was true, I don't know, you know, but if Mickey Johnson did find out, Johnny Binden was lucky to be alive, you know, or whatever, you know. But evidently Lady Margaret brought him a place in a Mews in Chelsea, Johnny Binden, and when he died, I understand that big company of special branch went in his place and looking for videos and bits and pieces from Lady Margaret. How true that is, I don't know. It's only hearsay. So hearsay is hearsay, isn't it? But Johnny Binden, he was notorious for women. He was notorious for being well endowed, which a lot of people know about. And, you know, he was just a guy that was well endowed and put it about. Everyone got to hear about it, and they start giving him jobs in acting for that reason, I suppose. As I say, he mucked it up. I think he got himself in a bit of trouble over that turnout. We wanted Johnny Dark and all that, and got stabbed and all that, stabbed up and bits and pieces. You know, but that's life, isn't it? You know, he's supposed to have stabbed him up and killed him, self-defence, something like that, was it? But I'm not quite sure. I mean, it's only what you hear. But I was surprised that he got off with that, John. Because, you know, they don't usually stand up for that self-defence shit. When you get someone who stabbed him to death, it's not self-defence. But anyway, he got acquitted. I think he'd done a bit of remand, I'm not quite sure. But evidently, he's still become what he was, a bit of a bully, John. I was a bit upset with John, you know. I mean, when I met my father-in-law, he was a bit flash, sitting there, all that Larry stuff, and talking to me like he was some sort of gangster. And, you know, as far as I was concerned, mate, he wasn't no gangster, mate. Don't worry about that. You know, he made out to be a gangster, but he wasn't no gangster. you know. And if you work with Eddie Richardson, if he did do a bit of debt collecting with Eddie Richardson, it couldn't have been that much importance. But evidently, he's supposed to have done a bit of what he's enforcement around Chelsea areas. He run a few pubs, debt collecting from the pubs, also a bit of protection work on pubs, making sure there was no problems in pubs. He could have an handful, John, you know, but was he that good to start doing that? I don't know. Are people just throwing stones, you know, about Johnny Binden, you know, because I can't see that. He wasn't, I can't see, to me, I can't see him being one of them people that could threaten people in a pub, protection rackets and all that game. I don't know, but Eddie Richardson, nah, no way. He wouldn't be doing that for Eddie Richardson or Charlie. No way in a million years, mate. No. Charlie had his own people. Eddie had his own people, and his own people were Jimmy Tippett and Terry Coombs, Terry Sharp, Gypsy Tom, and Terry Davey Old, Johnny Old, all them people around there. Big George, Real George, again. Big George with a big scar down his face. You got to, you know, and all that like over that side of the water. You had the Blunt, you had, or even the Blundels really over that side. You had even what, Bill, Harry Hayward. I mean, I know the Blundels was more that Essex way a bit, but you know, I can't. Anyway, but I'm a bit. I don't, as far as I'm concerned, Johnny Bindon, no. Johnny Bindon, well endowed, yes. Johnny Bindon having an affair with loads and loads of women, yes, I can imagine that. You know what I mean? But other than that, he didn't. You know, the more I get to talk about it, the more I get to read about Johnny Bindon, what he was, what he wasn't. My father-in-law says this, my father-in-law says that, and all this, that, and the other. I didn't, not at all, mate. It didn't frighten me one bit, you know what I mean? But anyway, this is Ray Bang Bang Hill. Please press the like button and subscribe, and thanks very much. One other thing, Jimmy Tippett, yeah? Jimmy Tippett told me that Binden was nothing. Jimmy Tippett told me that Binden pooed himself when he put it on him. To me, that's enough, yeah? Anyway, thanks very much. This is Bang Bang Ray Hill. Please press the like button and subscribe. Bye.